Hello, Maureen here. It's an honor and a delight to introduce Natalie Rogers, the 2015 recipient of the Division 32 Carl Rogers Heritage Award. The short time I have doesn't really allow me to give you a complete catalogue of Natalie's many accomplishments, so I'm going to focus on just two aspects of her contribution that makes her so worthy of this award. First, her work developing the theory and practice of person-centered expressive arts therapy, which she's described in her books, The Creative Connection and The Creative Connection for Groups. Natalie has been able to do something we probably all wish we could do, to take her two deepest passions, her life as an artist and her dedication to the person-centered approach, and weave them into a powerful practice for personal and social transformation. Person-centered arts therapy is a theoretically sophisticated, transformative humanistic practice that engages the body, the mind, and spirit in a creative process that leads to healing and growth. Grounded in the principles of the person-centered approach, person-centered expressive arts uses dance, sound, sculpture, story, poetry, painting, all the ways human beings express themselves and communicate with each other, to deepen authentic experience and to unleash the vast creative resources that exist within each of us. Natalie has trained students at her institute and in humanistic graduate programs. Graduates are now at work in diverse therapeutic and community settings across the globe, helping to heal, empower, and transform. Which brings me to a second important string in Natalie's bow. Natalie is now and always has been a radical emancipatory activist. As a feminist and advocate for the oppressed, she sees her sacred calling as being to oppose oppression wherever it exists and to liberate the creative power within. Her causes include peace activism, women's empowerment, racial and gender justice, and environmental sustainability, and she puts her work to use in all of these areas. And here I share my personal gratitude for the treasure of our long friendship. It began in 1974 when I attended a large intensive community workshop that she created with her father, Carl Rogers, and I have to say that experience changed my life. Natalie wanted to work with Carl to push the boundaries of client-centered therapy into large group and community processes. Ahead of her dad, Natalie was keenly aware of the political implications of the client-centered and student-centered principles. She has a fine-tuned antenna for unconscious power dynamics and biases that privilege some voices in a group while silencing others. I had the amazing good fortune to be invited back the following year as a co-facilitator, and we went on to do several more of these community events over the next decade. It wasn't always easy for Natalie, as a woman and a daughter, to be seen and heard beyond her very famous father. She's written about this in her book Emerging Woman. It would have been easy to ride on his coattails. Instead, she insisted, as the poet William Stafford writes, that she follow her own star home. It was her courage to define herself and her work in her own terms, and to go places more overtly political than Carl, that lit the path for me. Natalie showed me, and the many women she mentored over the years, how to move out beyond Carl's shadow and to find my own star. And so it is an especially fitting closing the circle that today Natalie is honored by Division 32 for her own transformative work with an award named for her father. And it is especially sweet for me that I have the honor of making this introduction. And you know what? I have to believe that Carl would be especially pleased about this too.